Okay, and we're back. So here's the original picture, or I'm sorry, this is actually the edited picture. But in order to do a little side-by-side comparison when editing, because these settings may change in the future, if you so decide. There's these two views. This is called loop view, which is just the one image. We also have this thing called side-by-side, so then you can go ahead and see this is the original, and then this is the edited one. So if we zoom in on here, you can do a side-by-side comparison, which is really helpful when making these kind of edits. So these are the edits that I made. So we added just a little bit of exposure, we can go ahead and make that 0.5 just to round everything out. 0.5, 0.57. Okay, let's do walkthrough. Okay, exposure 0.5, contrast 10, highlight -57, shadow -62, white -45, black -17, and we added a little bit of contrast, so 57 contrast. Everything else I left the same. I didn't add any sharpening. These settings, it depends on the picture and the type of labels. Some look more dramatic than others, but that's just because the labels are made out of different materials, and the way they photograph sometimes varies, just how they interact with the light. So I think these are the settings to kind of sit by for now. I think these are the ones that brought out the best text quality, handwriting quality. Of course, that we're going to be exporting these, and we'll always have the originals. This is a non-destructive editing, so the originals are never actually touched. We just create copies and then edit those. So so we've edited our first one, and you can see that we've edited it by this little plus minus box. Now, if we want to apply this to all of them, we just select the one that we're working on, which is this one, and then we hit Control A, and that selects all the rest of them, all 150 or 184 in this case. And then if we want to apply this edit, let's go back to normal view, this edit to all of them, all we have to do is come over here and hit sync. We're going to want to make sure that all of these are checked. We didn't do any local adjustments with a brush, and we didn't do any lens correction or spot removal or cropping. So those are okay not to be touched. Honestly, the only ones that we actually did mess with is the clarity and then the basic tones. The rest, they'll just be blank essentially. So all we have to do is hit synchronize, and then boom, all of them now have that plus minus, and that means they've all been applied with the same edit. And the edit that it was applied was the one that was currently on the screen. So yeah, when you want to apply that edit, make sure that you selected the one that you're working on, and that's the one that's on screen, and then Control to select all the rest, and then apply. If you were clicked on something that didn't have an edit, and then you tried to apply that edit to all the other ones, nothing would happen because you didn't add the original. So yeah, that's how you do it. So once we edited all of those photos, we're gonna go back to library, and then we're looking at export, and then we have export. So all of them are already selected. Control A to select them all. And we'll go to export, and then from here we'll go ahead and so we're on the hard drive. We're going to export to a specific folder. We're going to choose that folder. So here you just kind of move, select the place you want to do it. So we'll do cluster, do Beatles, and then we'll just go Beatles 1 and call it excuse me, export. And we'll select that folder.